Hi, Lance Walker at the Michael Johnson Performance Center. Today we're using the Zen Pro from PowerVibe for some whole body vibration training, specifically targeting hip mobility. This is one of our favorite exercises. It's a floor exercise designed to create some separation, inflection on one side of the hip and extension on the other side. I stole this from a colleague of mine named Gray Cook. We call it the Cook Elevated Bridge. Melissa's going to get supine on the ground in a hook lying position on her back. Her hips are going to be snugged up within about 6 inches of the Zen Pro. You don't want a lot of extension at the knee. We want to have some flexion there. She's going to dig her heels into the edge of the Zen Pro with the toes dorsiflexed. Knee is bent. Hips are on the ground. Her belly button is skinny and tight. At this point, the Zen Pro is set to 30 to 35 hertz. Once we're in that position, what she's going to do is she's going to hug her left knee into flexion. We know it's in flexion when the top of the thigh is touching the bottom 3 ribs. At that point, maintaining dorsiflexion on both ankles, maintaining the separation with hips right and left, she's now going to activate the right hip extensors to bridge up into hip extension, holding for a 6 count, and then back down to the floor. Go ahead, up and down, back down. As she's doing this, she is not allowing the hip on the left side to drop into any extension. So we're force-feeding some passive hip flexion on the left with active hip extension on the right. Again, holding up position for 6 counts. A lot of findings we see with people that have tight hips is as they bridge up, the hip gets lost into some extension. We want to ensure that we maintain motion there and a tight buttock contraction on the right side, ensuring that we're getting good hip separation with the proper motor pattern recruitment. Again, elevated Cook bridge for hip mobility using the Zen Pro.